being able to say that rendering works, it really makes me happy. But next we want to, I don't want to be in here. I want to go to my 3D view and put sintel in a nice pose. Because before we modify any meshes, we want to make sure they're in the right position and they're deformed the way that you want. So what I'll do is get sintel out here and get her rig. So this is the skeleton I've got selected. We can go into pose mode and hopefully we can pose her a little bit. Now this is already a little bit tricky because I don't really want to go and do her with old style forward kinetics. Right now this is all forward kinetics, so I have to go from the shoulder and then the forearm and then the wrist. That's a little pain in the butt. I like inverse kinetics a lot more, and I can already see a little bit of a problem. If I look here, it is green, and this position or rotation is also green. That means there's animation data somewhere in the file, and chances are there's animation data for everything on the rig. You can see actually all of this has animation data. On the first frame is a little yellow line. That's a pain in the butt, because what it means is I can now rotate this, but if I don't save it and I go to another frame or I reload the file, it's gonna set back to that animated value. I just want to get rid of animation data. What I will do is, very quick hack, go to the dope sheet. In the dope sheet you can see everything that's there and you can select all these points. This is the animation data that we have. I can't zoom out any further, but there is a lot. I can go down. Everything in this file has a bit of animation data. I don't want this. I'm going to select everything by clicking on A and then X to delete all the keyframes in this file. So it is completely empty, my dope sheet. Now that it's empty, I can see there is no longer a yellow line on the first frame. Save your file at this point, and I can get in here and animate these nicely. In this case, I don't want forward kinetics. What you can do to this rig, listen, I'm not really an animator. I didn't animate anything with sintel. Actually, I didn't work with the sintel model much at all in the sintel movie. I did all the environments and a lot of lighting. I do happen to remember one or two little tricks. For instance, the fact that this is now in FK mode because IK is switched off and I can only see the FK rig. There are multiple layers of this skeleton. I will go to the layer for this arm. This is the left arm as seen from sintel, and I will make the other one available and hide this one. So I've got the IK arm, and the other one I'll do it as well. So the IK arm is enabled, and let's have a look. Ooh, do I have to do this? See, I have to have FK enabled as well so that I can switch it to the IK arm. You can see it's already moving the arm to IK. I will do it for the other one as well. Put it on the IK arm and then hide the FK. This means I can take the wrist and just move the entire arm around. This is much nicer. So we can take sintel and put her in a nicer position. There we go. And you see, you can't see the hand right now. In this case, I'll do like that. Put her fist on her hip. Here we go. And I want to do something to her hand. Well, I have to enable the rig for the hands. You can see I just enabled it. And now I can see bits of the skeleton. I think I need these guys. I don't need that one, so I can deselect that. And by scaling these little blue buggers, we can make this work and then rotate. Maybe the thumb doesn't need to be rotated this way. So I'm not doing individual bits. Very quickly, just scaling those bones. That's pretty nice. I don't really care what I'm doing. This was holding the stick in my model, so I'll just put it roughly in that position. Normally you go to the layer with the stick. That's over here. and you put the stick in a nice position. I won't do it now because I'm showing it just really quickly. And we can pose the feet a bit as well. So you put this one up on something that is already okay. And if her weight is on this hip, that hip should be lower. So we do, actually should it be the other way around? No, it should be like this, just a little bit. And because this one is tilting in this direction, that one tilts like that. We do like this. And then finally, so all of this is posed somewhat. Be careful, because if you move the hips, you have to move the hand as well. Then maybe you want to pose the face, give her a facial expression. We can get the main face items in here. And you see, we can select this stuff. And, ooh, there are rig main properties. I don't remember all of this by heart, so we can make her pucker or smile. Ah, there we go. Make her smile a bit. And no, she shouldn't frown. So that's, what is this? Ooh. See, at this point, I would say, don't do that. Don't open this. Just make sure there's no teeth in there, no inside of the mouth showing on the outside. Then you can just delete the teeth, because you don't want to be printing them. It's really tough to get all of that working. So that's pretty much a nice pose for sintel. In this case, it's not too nice. You know, I could keep working on this, but it would take quite a bit longer. We can actually move the elbow a bit with these. Get her in a nice pose. Then we move on to the next bit, which is detaching everything from the rig.